Okay, good morning, Team Impact. Finally, we're able to shoot a video here. I've been fighting this thing for a couple weeks in the company, so generally what I do is shoot a video of the lesson in the morning for the folks that are absent. So let's get into this thing. We're going to divide some decimals today, so good stuff here. I'm not going to worry about this top part, but I am going to jump down into this reading. Okay, so stay with me and let's get after this thing. When the dividend is a decimal, you can follow the rules for dividing whole numbers, okay? However, remember to keep your place values organized and bring the decimal straight up into the quotient. Quotient, the quotient. So that's important to remember. All right, so we do have a quiz tomorrow, so this will be on it, so let's get into it. First one up, 378, and that's going to be divided by 30. Divided by 30. So I got to keep my eye on this and make sure, oops, something happened here. There we are. Make sure that you can see, okay? So we could list the multiples of 30 like we have been doing, 30, 60, 90, 120, right? And I'm just multiplying 3 times 1 and then adding a 0. 3 times 2, 3 times 3, and so on. So let's go to work, okay? All right, first one up. 30 into 3, no. But 30 will go into 37 one time. 1 times 30 is 30. We're going to subtract and get 7. I'm going to bring my 8 down. So I clearly can see that 30 is not going to go into this evenly, and it's going to go 2 times because 30 times 2 is 60, right? And we're going to subtract, and we're going to end up getting 18, right? So now, we don't have a remainder anymore. They've kind of gone away. What we're going to do is we're going to add a decimal because all numbers have a decimal in it. We're going to take it up, put it in our quotient, annex a 0, and bring it down. And it's going to look like that, okay? So, now, 30 into 180. Well, let's use our little cheat method. How many times will 3 go into 18? This usually gets us close. So 3 will go into 18 6 times. So 30 should go into that about 6 times. So 6 times 0 and 6 times 3 is 18. And we circle our final quotient, and it's 12 and 6/10. Okay? So it is. All right. 1 second here. I got to clear my throat. Okay, we are back. Sorry about that. I had clear my throat out there. Next problem up. 53 and 2/10, and let's make sure we put that, divided by 14. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. You certainly can take the decimal and put it straight up into your quotient right now, right? Or you can wait until you get there, all right? So let's go ahead and put it up in our quotient, and then let's list some multiples of 14. 14 times 1 is 14, right? 14 times 2 is 28. 14 times 3 is 42. And a good way to remember this is, I think of my multiplication facts of 7. 7 times 2, 7 times 4, 7 times 6, 7 times 8 would be the next one is 56. And I think that's far enough. We really don't need to go any further than that, okay? 14 into 5, no. But 14 will go into 53, and I see it right there. It won't go that many. It will go 3 times. 3 times 14 is 42. Subtract and end up with 11. That is smaller than that. I'm in good shape. I'm going to bring this down. Okay? Well, this was times 4, and that's not close to being that. But guess what? I think if I double this number, I can get to that. So if this was 4, I'm going to put an 8 there. Why did I guess 8? Because 14 times 4 is 56. I need to double that number. So if I go by 8, 8 times 4 is 32. Carry the 3. 8 times 1 is 8, and 3 is 11. Subtract and get 0. And let's circle that final answer, right? Okay, so we should be in pretty good shape there. right? And let's go one more here, all right? Okay, and if you want, pause the video and do this one in on your own. 186 and 3/10 divided by 27. Let's take our decimal and put it straight up into our quotient. Stay very organized, okay? And let's list about 3 multiples of 27, right? If I double 27, 27 times 2, let's see here. That would be 4. That would be 54, wouldn't it? And then let's try and get one more maybe here. And it looks like we're going to have to go a bunch here. But let's go one more. So 20. If I add 27 to that, I end up with a 1. Okay? And carry the 1. 7, that's 81. Okay? So there's a lot of different ways to do it, right? You may have to come off to the side and multiply, and that's fine too. But you'll notice I'm going to do 3, and I can clearly see that we're not up high enough. So let's go. 27 into 1, no. 27 into 18, no. But 27 will go into this. So how many times will 2 go into 18? Well, about 9 times. But guess what? This is almost 30. So I'm going to say how many times will 3 go into that? And I'm going to say about 6 times. And you know what? I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to take 27 times 6 and see where that gets me. All right, I'm going to have to do a little legwork here, which is part of the problem here. 12 and 4 is 162. So let's go with that. So that should go 6. I did the math already. That's 162, and I subtract, and I get 24. Very close to that, but not there. Okay, let's bring it down. All right, wow. Well, this is going to be a big one, right? So I can tell you that right now. 2 goes into 2 goes into 24 10 times, 12 times. So I'm going to go as big as I can right now. I know this is going to be a big number. And I knew this because this difference was really close to this. So I know I'm going to go up to my biggest number here. 9 times 7 is 63, carry the 6. 9 times 2 is 18, and 6 is 24. And look there, subtract and get 0, and we end up with 6 and 9/10. Okay, so again, a couple little things there, little algorithms, little shortcuts, little hacks that I can get you close. But again, it all starts with knowing your multiples, taking your decimal up, and then being very organized, right? Let's flip the page and take a look at all of these. Now, we're not going to do all of these. I don't think it's needed to do that many reps, all right? So we'll just pick out a couple here, and we'll take it from there, all right? So let me see. I can't zoom in on that. It's different, and we have a different program this year. All right, so, excuse me. So let's take a look at these, and maybe let's take a look at number 2, and let's set it up. All right, we're only going to do maybe 2 or 3 out of this, okay, because I'm not going to sit here and do a bunch of these reps because, it will wear on you. I understand that, right? 12 and 42 hundredths, and I guess divide the problems below for extra practice, roll a pair of dice to find the sum of the two numbers, and then solve that, and then repeat. All right, well, we're not going to roll any dice. We're going to put our head down and work. This is number 2, and I'm going to put an 18 there. Now, I have graph paper here. We're only going to do 3 problems, but if you need the graph paper, please use it, okay? All right, so let's list our multiples of 18. 18 times 2 is 36. 18 times 3 would be 54, and 18 times 4 would be 72, right? So again, I just used my 9s and I doubled it. That's just a little hack that I have, but those will help us out. So 18 into 2, no. Or excuse me, 1, no. 18 into 12, no. Now you'll notice I'm to the decimal. Before I took it up. This time I just took it up when I got to it. Either way works. It's okay. All right. So 18 times 4 was 72. Let's see here. We need to get way bigger than this, right? So let's see here. 18. Well, 4. You know what? 72. And it's jumping up. I'm gonna come off to the side and see what 18 times 6 is, just to guess. It's guess and check right now. 48 and carry the 4, and we end up with 108. I think that will work. So let's put a 6 above the 4. 6 times 18, we did the legwork, is 108. Let's subtract and end up with 16. Look how close it is to this. So I know my next number is going to be very big. So I'm going to bring my 2 down, right? 18 times 6 was 108. You know what? I'm going to jump up to 9 again. It's a big boy. So let's put a 9 in there, right? 9 times 8 is 72. Carry the 7. 9 times 1 is 9, and 7 is 16. We're going to subtract to get 0, and we're going to circle that answer. And I'm going to replace that X with a 0 over there. Makes sense? This was number 2. Let's just box that off. All right, maybe we'll only do 2 here. Let's do one with a single digit divisor, number 9, and let's set it up. Number 9 reads 825 divided by 6. So go ahead and pause the video and get this one done. You're going to have to annex a 0 here. I'm just going to tell you now. All right, if you're back, we're going to it. 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract and get 2. Bring the 2 down. 6 times 3 is 18. The power of my math facts. Subtract and get 4. That is less than that. We are bringing our 5 down. 6 times 7 is 42. I'm going to subtract and get 3. All right, we don't have remainders anymore. I'm going to annex a 0 and bring it down. And 6 times 5 is 30, and there we have it. So number 9 is 137 and 5/10. Circle that up, and we're in good shape. Okay? So I don't want to sit here and do all these long division problems, all right, but I do want to get through these, all right, and I'd like to do one more for you, number 5. Okay? So again, I don't think we need that many reps. You're going to get some reps for homework, which is on the next page. So let's take a look at number 5. 4 friends went out for dinner. The total bill was $65.48. If the friends decided to split the bill evenly, all right, how much did they each pay? Well, we got to make sure a couple things. Here's our total. 4 friends went out, so there's 4. Sometimes they say Mike and 4 of his friends, so that would be 5. But right now it's just 4. So let's set up the problem. $65.48, and let's split that up by 4. Okay? And again, this is going to be labeled in money, so let's make sure that we do that at the end. 4 goes into 6 one time, subtract and get 2, bring the 5 down. 4 goes into 25 6 times, that's 24, subtract and get 1, decimal up, bring the 4 down. 4 3s are 12, subtract and get 2, bring the 8 down, right? 4 7s are 28, and we are done. Let me rewrite that so that you can see it, and I labeled it. So each friend, all right, is going to pay $16.37, all right, and that will be their piece of the bill. Okay. Well, I'm glad things are working out a little better for myself with these videos. Your homework tonight, okay, and you should have a lot of time in class. I'll give you a lot, but anyway, you're going to do these. I have graph paper if you need it, and I may even utilize the video today in class, but yeah, you can work on this. We have a quiz tomorrow. The quiz tomorrow will be adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing of decimals. Now, we'll only put a decimal in the dividend tomorrow. Have a great day.